Okay. Well, thank you guys for joining me for session 17.
Wow.
This is part 8 of the Swarm Infiltration. During our last session, the group had started off by inspecting the portal that looked like it was just a void into space. Upon further inspection, it looked to be like it had sort of like a membrane, sort of like texture to it, like touching it with like ripple effect. Um, as Nia kind of like was playing through the options of whether or not they should go through and everything, John, meanwhile, went through all the dead bodies in the room, searching for loot, where he picked up a tactical railgun, a sonic suppressor, and two Medusa grenades, which he handed off to Glarb. As they continued to inspect this portal, Delilah kind of come to the conclusion that this void portal was similar to drift travel, except it didn't need to be powered on both sides. It only needed to be powered on one side. And recalling their briefing while they were at the hill, she inferred that this portal was connected to the cloaked ship in orbit above Castrovel, which kind of got everybody on the we need to figure this out quickly. Acting quickly, John took out his cable and wrapped it around Nia and temporarily welded it together so that she could go through it and be yoinked back if needed. Delilah had then cast Life Bubble on Nia to avoid any negative repercussions if this portal went anywhere bad. Nia then went through the portal where she kind of appeared into like a teleporter room where she could see a Formian in the corner at a console, and before she could really do anything, she was assaulted with a mental attack. Basically, a creature asking why she felt so confident coming on this ship all by herself. Nia immediately went nope and tugged on the rope to be yoinked back. As she kind of regaled what had happened there, they contemplated waiting for reinforcements, but Rejuvenar kind of pointed out that if they leave this portal and it closes, they won't ever find this cloaked ship, and the hive mind that had invaded Castrovel would still be on the loose. Taking this as like the team kind of needed to do it, they took a quick short rest to kind of regen up. For you, all of your spell slots have also been regen because you had consumed the caffeine kick, which causes short rest to be effectively long rest.
Okay. Then would I end up using my resolve point?
Yes.
Okay.
So you still have to use the resolve point to activate the short rest.
Okay.
But you get the benefits of a long rest. So if you take an HP damage, which I don't think you did,
no,
you would also have regen some health points. But
okay.
John Rejuvenar also reminded them about the neural blockers that they should have had, which John kind of played off of like, oh yeah, we've known about them, and proceeded to take the limp body of T because he passed out after dropping out of his Karen form, and shook it out where they found all kinds of gambling paraphernalia from the game Crackle, which is kind of a hybrid Yahtzee with cards.
Oh, yes,
so there's dice and cards involved. And the neural blockers also fell out, which they picked up to equip. Meta-wise, it's effectively going to give you advantage on will saves involving mental attacks. Following this, John disengaged the weld he had on Nia, allowing them to kind of go into the party. And Delilah made sure to activate her spell cache and applying the keen senses to it, which would give her that ability for the next 24 hours. That's the spell capacitor. That's one of the features you should have unlocked with this next level. But so feel free, if you have like your phone and you want to hop on the website and upgrade as we're kind of doing stuff, feel free to do that. The party then kind of made their way through the portal. Since Nia was the only one with the life bubble around her, everybody else kind of experienced what this tunnel actually was, where it's kind of like slipping through the void of space. So it felt like their bodies were being compressed, and there was a lack of oxygen, and it was really cold. So it's like a very unsettling feeling, which caused Glarb to be really nauseated whenever he got to the other side, which kind of affected their plan of Glarb was supposed to sneak up on the lone swarm soldier, and John was going to shoot at him at the same time to kind of like take him out quickly. Although it might not have mattered anyways, because as soon as the party arrived, the Harvester entered the group's mind again, telling them that the swarm has already infiltrated all 9 planets in the solar system, and that the PWC has miscalculated by not highlighting the presence on the planets, allowing them to grow relatively unrestricted.
That's what John's been saying for months now.
The party also realizes that the ship is partially organic, with some sort of creature controlling what was originally just a ship. Following on from this, the Harvester basically reveals that it is the ship, and luckily for the group, though, it seemed that the Harvester was very confident in its abilities, so none of the swarm creatures on the vessel seemed to impede their way as they started to work their way through the ship. John even sort of pieced together, based off of how the organic material on the ship was reaching out to the mechanical components, that this was probably a standard ship at some point, and this creature has merged with it and slowly reached out to all the systems so that it has control, but it had to be an active application, so it's not omniscient. It has to still be in contact with whatever it's using. Going across the hall, the party had seen a rejuvenation room, which had some quick healing pods similar to like a Bacta chamber from Star Wars, where it's like a liquid chamber that you could set in. The party felt that this was potentially a trap, so they moved on without using any of them.
Running it so much now.
They then went over to what ended up being the medical bay, where they found some additional serums. Phase Fickle Fancy, which Delilah picked up, 2 serums of rejuvenation, which Nia and Delilah both picked up, a serum of close quarters, which Glarb grabbed, and I have a note here for the Barbarian Rage that you guys took last week. John and Nia, neither of you added it to your inventory, so if you like them, they are still in the shared loot.
Oh, okay. Yep, I see it.
The party then moved on to the next room, which ended up to be, it had a very rank smell in it, like it was rotting flesh, and as you guys kind of, looked deeper, you realized that's what it was. There was this big vat of dead swarm carcasses that was basically being ground up and then pushed into the walls. As unsettling as this is, you guys did find some additional gear that had basically been stripped off these hive bodies. There was a set of armor that Nia picked up, an acid cannon that Delilah picked up, a hollow grenade that Glarb grabbed, which I think is still sitting in the shared loot, so if you want to grab that one. There was also the Earrings of Dampening, which no one has claimed yet. That basically gives you Sonic Resistance 10 for 1 attack, or it will allow you to, I think it's either reroll a save on a Sonic attack, or it's once per day for that ability, and it activates as soon as one of those conditions are met. But it's applied whenever you take Sonic damage. And then John took the Dowsing Shield from him there.
Yes.
Following this, Glarb decided to pull the pin on one of his Medusa grenades and have a conversation with John for whether or not he should use said grenade that he already pulled the pin on.
Oh my god.
Eventually, he ends up taking it and sticking it to the wall to try and disrupt the machine as it was sucking genetic material into the walls. He's not quite quick enough, so it kind of blows up in his face as well, but it sort of slows the flow from the vat into the wall. Which kind of worked in your guys' favor because it didn't do enough damage to cause the Harvester to kind of become aggravated with you, still allowing you to have some free reign on the ship. As you guys make your way out of this room, you start working down the long hallway where the turbolifts and the common room area are, where the party quickly got distracted by the tables in the common room.
The lives were so even.
Feeling that there was something suspicious about them, John ends up shoving one of them, and realizing that there might not be anything worth pursuing further, they end up separating out onto the wings of the ship, where they find that there's 2 gunnery rooms and 2 shuttle pods down the wings. Upon further inspection in the gunnery rooms, they're able to look over the shoulder of one of the operators, where Delilah makes out that the Harvester currently has weapons locked on the OMAG, although it appeared to her that it would have to drop its cloak in order to attack your guys' ship. They briefly discuss whether or not they should try reaching out to the ship because it's an organic one and has its own conscience, or even just trying to use the consoles to reach out. And they ultimately come to the conclusion that if they might try touching one of the consoles, the unimpeded adventure that they've had so far might become impeded. So they opt to kind of keep exploring the ship without getting too involved. Eventually, they go up to the command deck, where as soon as they step onto the command deck, they can hear Agnes's voice calling out to the ship, asking for the Revengers. It basically states that the swarm activity on the planet has ceased since they took out the hive man on the planet.
Yes.
But they haven't heard from the Revengers since they went up to the other ship. This implied that a group had made it to where you guys were in El Dorado and had kind of seen the rest of the crew, Shanty's crew. So
and all the bodies everywhere.
All the bodies. We're going to say that T was left there unconscious with the other members of the Conquistador, so you can safely assume that they've been taken care of by the Liberation Force.
Perfect. Don't need any type of barrel.
Feeling like there might be something else up on the command deck, they continue to explore and eventually key into the pilot console, where they see a map of the Pact Worlds showing swarm vessels in the solar system with at least 3 ships per planet and a multitude of them in the Dysphoria.
Dude, it's worse than we thought it was.
The Dysphoria is like the asteroid belt, so there's a multitude of ships in that area. John takes a picture of it and prints out a classic, like 1970s computer print of it. But they have the location.
What was the purpose? You just wanted to remember it?
Well, it was a map of
It showed all
where
the
the swarm
was
in the universe. Yeah.
I thought it was just like, please remember.
Stepping back out into the common room, they briefly have an altercation with the tables again, where John flips one of them, adding too much weight to the one that Glarb was trying to kick. So he kind of jams his leg for a minute. Feeling the distress in Agnes's voice, Delilah decides to talk with John briefly about why she's so worried, where John tries to play it off about she wasn't really that worried, and it's probably just, the Revengers haven't been seeing her a little bit, not really opening up about how deep that relationship goes. They end up getting in the turbo lift and taking their way down to the floor below. In one direction they can see an empty, and this would be off this way, as far as map goes, but it's not relevant for the moment. They see a cargo hold that looks like it has seating for an invasion force that is currently empty. Upon some introspection, the group concludes that the majority of the force was on the planet and only a skeleton crew was left on the ship.
This is so good.
Coming to the conclusion that they need to destroy the ship here and now, they go to try and find the engine room so they can kind of take it out in one blow. As they move into the last room on the ship, they see a massive creature fused with a black engine, which turns out to be the Harvester. And this creature is basically at its torso. Its torso is kind of fused with this engine that looks like your guys' engine, but instead of it being like orange glow to it, it is completely pitch black like the void of space. Coming out of the engine is the upper half of a centipede.
Oh.
Facing the group, he mentions that it's been a long time since he's seen anybody face to face except for the drones on the ship. And he briefly asks if anybody would willingly like to submit to the hive mind, which is met with a resounding no. Which is where we will be picking up our session. So please roll initiative.
Begins. Do you want this roller since I have a whole roller here?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't have a good place to pick the big one, but...
Blanket.
Oh, God!
It helps that I give you the actual handle. Is it? Where do I put it?
Right there.
Is it a 12
That's going to be
that
too
we
big
roll?
for you.
D20.
Let into a generation.
That's the tough part.
Oh, I mean, it could be used as a roller. You could.
Bad. I think Colton did it only like 4 times the first night we had these.
Let into a generate marketing campaign.
Do you want normal size? I can give you the.
Into it.
Oh,
Or wait a month.
That's okay.
Meet Shock Cryoglow, the new.
sure. If you don't mind.
Not at all.
I forgot to bring my dice.
I got plenty of dice. There's plenty of dice. What's in?
Okay.
Wild Apple is great for any genre, but it's perfect for sci-fi and
I have 14.
Oh my gosh.
Give me just a sec.
Oh, nice. Good roll.
Thank you. I was gonna say, are these yours?
Yes.
Oh my lord. Oh, pretty good.
We actually got these ones from the mechanics that goes out of the
Colton, in one of the cases over there, I have a ream of paper. Can you hand me a clean sheet? I realized that this one is saturated.
Yeah, we're professionals.
Let's not get too hasty.
You got a couple pieces?
I just need one. It's for initiative. And I did bring it because I know someone had mentioned they didn't have any paper in
That
the
was
binder.
me.
Okay, so you can hand her both bases if you like.
They're nice. Did you see the?
That's what I was looking
Oh, yeah.
They're heavy too.
So there's like, Anastasia got me these ones are liquid core.
Oh, I remember you showing me these last time.
That's
These are so pretty.
yeah.
I like these. I like how heavy they are. Oh, these are pretty.
Yeah,
Can you like
yeah. I was gonna say I've got metal dice in the black bag.
That's super cute.
So I get lost in the world and there's like, I don't know what it is.
There's so much going
Yeah.
on every time.
I worked it like 2 years ago. I would like go walk around on a break and I'm like, I don't even pretty good with it. I'm just gonna stick to the 0.
Yeah.
I know what's in
Okay, so I redid my points as well.
Perfect. Okay, John, what'd you have? 9. Solid. 14. Okay, Delilah and Nia, who's got the higher dex?
My dex is 14. I got a 16.
Okay, you still win. You actually have.
16.
Oh,
Credit score is
Okay.
16.
all right. That's a roll off there. So you'll roll again and see who gets the higher.
7.
Bro, what are we doing today?
7 again?
You look at it.
Okay.
Wow.
Is your modifier the same for your initiative?
Mine is a
Please tell me no.
+3.
She has a 3.
We will roll it again one more time. In the meanwhile, Glub, what'd you have?
12.
Perfect. No confusion there.
Grayson, pick a number, 1 through 20. Pick a number, 1 through 20. 7.
16. That's a 19.
Okay, so
Oh.
Nia will go first. All right, Raya, what do you got for
I
us?
had a 20.
A 20. Okay.
Starting out strong,
Yeah, I was
baby.
gonna say, so we're starting out Raya at the top with the 20. followed by Nia, which gives you an idea of how well we rolled tonight, since that's a 14. Followed by Delilah,
You want to be my protector?
and then Glarb, then the Harvester,
And then John in the rear.
then
John.
John, and then
John.
finishing with Rejuvenor. So the Toe Hack brothers bringing up the rear.
Hey.
Okay. So, map makes it clear you've got a Formian at this console here. So these is a set of consoles. Your Centipede Harvester is taking up these 4 blocks. He's considered a large creature. And this back wall is the engine.
Okay. The engine.
So he's fused with that. So, Raya, starting off with you, what would you like to do?
Do I know that this is like an actual creature that's coming out of?
It's part of the machine.
Right, it's part of
Yeah,
it.
it's like sitting
So,
there.
I guess to
Can
give
I-
a better description is you see this upper half centipede going into the engine and then insectoid flesh spreading out around the engine into the walls. And basically the entire
It's like
room.
fused.
You're basically
Yeah.
standing on insectoid flesh as you're walking into this room. Like, actually, can you not give me the flavor text?
Yeah, can I go second? I don't know what I'm doing.
It feels like that. I don't care how big. I can't fire.
Why does it have to be a centipede?
What is it, the Batman Begins? I'm afraid of bats. So I'll use that as the symbol. They'll share my dread.
Well, I was trying to call back to Indiana Jones. There's a snake sort of.
Yeah. Why is it always snakes?
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on.
That's nice. I was thinking, okay.
Haha! Ho-ho!
Hee.
Hee.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. I just wish I would have never opened the bell.
Oh no.
Oh god.
I immediately regret my decision. Oh yeah, also, whenever the group entered this room, the door behind you closed immediately and they could hear it lock.
Lovely!
At least
It's even better.
Yeah, we're
Okay, so,
You're all together, so there's that.
with my historian, would I know anything about this creature? Is there anything in the books, or is this because this seems so off the wall?
No, it's not off the wall. The question is, do you want to use your action to roll a life science check? Or would you rather use your action for something else?
I would use my lax.
Okay, go ahead and roll me the d20.
Come on.
You better roll me good.
Come on.
Okay.
15.
Plus.
15 plus 12, 27.
Oh,
Nice.
solid.
This is getting into the territory of like speculation. We've kind of established as you guys were working your way through the different levels in El Dorado that most people haven't made it this deep into an encounter with the swarm and lived to tell any sort of stories. So you've confirmed with the minor hive mind that there's larger creatures that are created by forcing a swarm heart into a sturdier creature. So it would start with like a human or a orc or something like that, force a swarm heart into them, which converts their DNA into an insect, which gives them heightened abilities, effectively making them minor or higher on the threshold as far as the swarm's concerned. You're confident that the Harvester is a minor hive mind. The difference between the one you just fought is this one is merged with a whole ship. As far as like anything really past that, as far as like weaknesses and those types of things, the only thing coming to mind is that it's a mental connection between it and the other creatures. Not necessarily a weakness, but it's something that you're aware of that like it can communicate without speaking with every insect on this ship.
So it does speak with everything on the ship?
The other drones, yes.
Okay.
It has control of systems if it actively seeks to use them, as long as its flesh has made it to that console. So when you guys had come into the teleporter room, you could see insectoid flesh going up into and like embedding itself into the console in the teleporter room.
Okay.
This room you can clearly see because it's so close to the actual main body.
It's all bug.
It's all bug. You can make out the engine, so like it kind of like tendrils out from the main body around the engine. So it's not like 100% fused, but it's enough that you can tell that it
Right.
probably has direct control over the engine.
Okay. So I'm not necessarily going to move, but I'm going to move just a little bit above, in front of the team and just be like, this is unlike anything we've ever fought in the past. This one seems to be connected to everything on this ship. But kind of like give you guys the unsecurity of like, oh, like this is totally different.
Yeah, John's eyes will turn red and prepare for his boomerang.
Perfect. That will bring us to Mia.
Do all the void things.
I'm gonna attempt to do that. We are going to attempt to cast Slice Reality on this guy.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
It reads, you expose targets with churning entropy, which turns part of their body sickly. Each target takes 2d6 damage. A successful fortitude save halves the damage.
Okay.
Okay, what's the save?
It's a fortitude.
DC, sorry.
DC.
Those are very special.
It will pass. That was a nat 20 for its fortitude save. Let me see if I can help for future reference.
I know I have it in something.
Yeah, you have double the amount of pages because I managed to get through updating yours, but then I realized you had notes all over your other set, so I didn't want to like not give you those notes. So that spell is new, so it's on the new set, so it's in the very back of the pieces of paper.
I respect the respect of the notes.
I do think I do too.
Save DC is 16.
16.
Because I think it's 10 plus your caster level.
Is that how you figured it out?
That seems a little bit low. I thought it was 10 plus your caster level plus the level of the spell. But...
I think that sounds. Yeah, here it is. Spell save DC is 10 plus spell level plus CHA. So.
Character level. Or charisma. CHA.
Charisma, yeah.
So spell level plus charisma, is that what you said?
Yeah.
That makes more sense because your charisma is plus 4. So that's where the 6 came from. So it's 2 plus 6 because of the second level spell. Go ahead and roll me the 2d6 though, because I think I still take half damage.
Yep.
It just avoids the staggered condition since you were only targeting one if it fails.
That's a 7. So.
Wow.
Okay. Any movements or move actions that you would like to use?
I think he's gonna move off to the side here. Just a little bit.
Okay.
Just to be interested, maybe.
Perfect. All right. That will bring us to Delilah.
Okay, which one's the one?
The one that didn't move. That one there.
Okay, I'm gonna have her move like to be right next to
Behind
Sarah.
you. Okay. Moving up just a little bit.
And then she's gonna do rocket dash
Oh, okay.
Oh, no way! This is her new spell.
into the centipede, which is you briefly transform into a rocket of flame and blast forward, moving in a straight line and dealing 5d6 fire damage to all creatures and objects in line, and then you reappear at the end of the line.
Okay, so how far is the line?
It's like a fiery song.
100
It's like
feet
some
plus
Looney
10
Tunes
foot.
Okay, so you can stop it at any point.
Turn
So
into a rocket and just like.
you won't be able to land in these spaces, but you could angle it so you clip through him.
Yeah, so since I'm already like kind of at this angle, I'm gonna angle it so I
So you want here or
Yeah.
here?
like either right here or right here.
Okay, so it'll be this one because these four are him. Sorry, he's not 100%.
Yeah, we.
It's a line, so it's instantaneous. So
Oh,
it's not going to
sure.
stay there indefinitely. I don't think. Right?
Yeah, it's just 5d6 higher.
Is there a
What's the
save? It's a reflex, right? Maybe.
It does not say.
Um.
Oh, saving throw reflex, yes.
Okay.
Half.
Okay. That's a 12. I think that fails.
What do I
What level spell was it?
3. Oh, 2.
2. So it should be 2 plus your key spellcasting ability. So I don't remember if yours is either intelligence or wisdom.
How do I know that?
Which one did you put more points into?
That's
Intelligence?
Okay, is it this plus 3?
yeah.
So it'd be a 15. So yeah, it would fail.
Nice.
I can confirm here in just a sec. So go ahead and roll me the damage.
5d6.
Was there any other effects associated with it if it failed?
I actually it doesn't come up. I don't think so.
Oh, actually, your save is DC is 16. Interesting. Yep, nope, just the 5d6. Cool.
Can you have me 2 more d6?
Oh, these dice are so pretty.
Those are Wyatt's, I think.
Oh,
The
Julius.
paper one?
Yeah, we still have d6.
That's okay.
Hopefully it was good.
Shouldn't have said
You didn't roll too bad, though.
10,
10, 14.
19?
Yeah. 19.
That's a
Solid hit. Wow, wait.
But is that all of them? Don't I do one more?
It's 5d6,
Oh,
right?
5. Okay, sorry. I had 6 or something. I want little dice so bad now.
I have some, but I'm so scared I'm going to lose them.
Yeah.
I have some that are literally tiny.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I have 200 scattered.
Yeah.
I have to go digging for them. I think.
Okay. Following Delilah is Glarb.
Glarb's going to peek his head around the pack and...
Choose it better.
Yeah.
Where am I putting him?
We're going to go right here on the edge of the room. I think we got 40 feet of movement.
45 of them.
40.
Yeah, you got it.
Do you want like here or further out?
Go one more bit.
Okay. Doable then?
You're going to pull out your plasma glide?
No, as a distraction, to try to draw the heat off of Delilah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm gonna throw the hollow grenade on the right side of it.
Oh,
Perfect.
dude.
Okay.
Cool. Hell yeah.
So thoughtful.
Delilah like does a thank you and smile to him.
Of 11. 11 bundle.
Okay. We're gonna... What... Because you're picking a specific point, not the creature itself, right?
Yeah, okay. Oh, sorry, let me double check the reads. 1 foot radius. We'll go right here for initial targeting.
Alright.
Okay. Yeah, just pick an intersection so you want it.
Yep.
Okay. Let me make sure I'm tracking on for this as well. Okay, what's your illusion look like?
As Glarb sort of runs out the pack and he throws it, it's gonna program. It's gonna look like a bunch of clones of himself. So it's like a bunch of Glarbs in a circle, all looking at the monster.
Okay.
Okay, so this functions like holographic image, which means what level was it? It's a Mark III, which means it's okay. So it's 3rd level, which is very solid. It produces a hologram as per the 1st level version of the spell, except the hologram can include sound, smell, and thermal illusions, but not speech. The image disappears when it's struck by an opponent unless you cause the hologram to react appropriately. The image lasts for as long as you can concentrate, plus 3 additional rounds.
So it even smells like blood.
First level, it produces a purely visual hologram at long range. The image has no... That's irrelevant. Can't extend beyond 4 10-foot cubes plus 1 10-foot cube per caster level, which is 3rd. The image lasts for the same thing. It's a will save.
It looks like a 12 DC.
Come on, come on!
It got an 18.
Ah!
It was a very good thought, though. I thought that was going to be way worse. But yeah, your hologram kind of pulls up, and the Glarbs pop out. Look, smell just like Glarb. They've even got the stealth paint on their forehead. Purple for stealth. But the one downside is this creature is built on mental connection and can immediately detect that there was no thinking mind in those illusions.
Oh, the damn psychic mind. Well,
I still want to know what a Glarb smells like. We're talking about like a musty
Do you?
forest.
Are you sure? I want to know. And why don't you hand me a marker, please?
He'd probably be like a salty sea, like
A salty sea.
he's a short, grubby pirate orc. So like,
So is it like in an old island when like the season you shouldn't visit?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's like ooh, Glarb,
Okay.
ooh.
oh my
He's just
god.
happy to be here. He's just not like.
Not liking the childish games to start off, the Harvester activates its frightful presence.
Oh.
Delilah and Raya, give me a DC 18 will save.
What's your will save?
Effectively, you guys can roll this at advantage because of the neural blockers.
How do I know that's my will save?
Plus, write down a little more.
Oh.
Plus 6.
Come on, come on. Hey!
So roll twice, take the higher of the values.
23.
Perfect.
Both the same number. Okay. 22.
Perfect. You guys both pass. It will follow this up with a bite attack on you, Delilah.
Yikes.
Is it because she's so close?
Yeah, that's
Well,
a
no, 'cause it's like
17
half
against your KAC, which I think misses.
Oh, that misses!
Perfect.
You just kind of do a little bit of a jump over its little centipede legs.
That will bring us to John.
Okay, so I will do a combat dodge roll to move a couple feet, and I'll kind of come back up onto like one knee as I pull out my boomer rifle, and I'll just kind of take that position in front of Raya. And as I come up, my eyes will sort of narrow, and I'll kind of bring my boomer rifle up. I will try to get him off of you, and I'm just going to go bop bop with my boomer rifle, full attack.
Okay.
That misses. Wait, no, 3 attacks, right? No, 1 attack, 2 attacks.
Unless you're at the point where you can take more on it.
Yeah.
I don't remember if you're at that point
Okay,
yet.
so that's gonna be. Where's my? Oh, right here. That's minus 2, so 70.
17 does not hit.
That's my turn.
Which will bring us to Rejuvenor. Rejuvenor is going to move up to here so that he's within range with his breaching gun. Rolling a 25 to hit, which will...
She's so funny.
Any moment I've heard any of the children, it's been her voice that's
Oh, yeah. She's loud and proud.
I'm just glad they're gonna go along so well. Usually Harper's so shy.
Which will do 15
That's
damage.
not allowed with Artemis. She's the extrovert that brings the introverts in, you know?
I love that for her.
I hate that both my attacks missed. That was so.
Yeah.
I'm so mad.
Oh, that was so frustrating. Son of a bitch. He has like what? At least 1,000 legs.
Hit a toenail or two.
That will bring us to the Formian, which is going to move on to Glarb and make an attack with its tactical spear. That's a 22 against your KAC.
Ooh, that hits.
Yeah.
Which will do 8 piercing damage. This will bring us back to the top of the round with
You can
Raya.
also just pop it out.
Would a 19 have hit with my boomer rifle?
What type of damage?
Oh, jeez.
Is that Sonic?
I think, I'm pretty sure it was...
I think it's Sonic, right? It says SO?
Yeah.
Yeah, 19 would have hit, yes.
Okay, so here, I'll be truthful. I take a -2 for my full attack. I -2 from this 8, which is my melee attack, but my ranged attack is a 10. So instead of adding +8 to the roll, I added +6. We don't have to retroactively roll damage. I made a mistake, but that's all. That's how I'm playing that.
Perfect.
Okay.
Well, good thing we won't avoid it, or we'll avoid it for next time.
Yes.
That brings us to the top of the round with you, Raya.
Okay. I'm gonna go with my plasma claw.
Okay. You need to be within 20 feet for that, right?
Yep.
25.
20.
20. Okay, so
I'm
you'll need to
gonna
move
go
up a little bit.
ahead- Yeah, can I go right next to Rejuvenor for that
Yep.
hit?
Like right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's within, right?
Yeah, just barely.
Would it still hit?
Yeah, you're in range.
Okay.
You got to roll for the hit,
Yeah.
though.
So 1d4.
You'll roll the d20 first to see if
Oh.
it hits.
You're right.
So that's...
And
You'll add to that value.
9 plus 6, 15.
15 does not hit.
Oh!
Seconds.
Okay, that will bring us to Nia.
Kill.
Okay.
No pressure.
All the pressure.
All of us are flopping around like we've never fought an insect fused to an engine before.
Yeah, we're calm. No
No
worries.
We're gonna cast Embrace of the Void at second.
Okay.
It's again half damage on a successful save, so that's Fortitude.
Are
We're
you
looking
making
for
silly videos?
16.
It rolled a 23.
Grr. Okay. Well, still
And it still does damage, so.
gets to do 3d6 damage.
Ooh, lots of fives.
2, 5, 3, so it's 15.
Nice.
15, so we'll take
What was your
7.
roll?
Huh?
What was your initial roll?
Oh, so this one is like an area of effect attack, so it's just a save of
It's a spellcasting DC, so. Sometimes
I'm
you'll
trying
go.
to figure out what the line to actually hit.
Well,
'Cause
so
19 didn't hit, right?
19 would have hit.
Oh, 19.
But specifically, it would have hit EAC, so because that was an energy weapon. What she did is a spellcasting, so I have to pass a save
Okay.
in order to avoid or have damage. So sometimes you'll go the route of casting a spell because you don't have to roll high;
I
the
see.
other person has to roll high. Following Nina will bring us to Delilah.
Okay, I was thinking about doing, junk shards, I think, but I
Okay.
don't know how that.
You roll a spell attack versus the enemy's EAC.
Would I need to move? Like, am I in the range of it
Uh,
actually?
You'd have to look at the range on the
Plus
spell.
range 25 foot plus 5 foot / 2 levels.
So every 2 levels, you get another 5 feet. You're currently level 6, so you get an additional 15 plus 25. So you've got what, 40 feet
Yeah.
on the range?
And they're right up next to this guy.
Well, I'm just wondering, like, because it's like a swirl of junk essentially. Like, am I too close that it might?
You're
hit
not too
me?
close.
Okay.
The consideration there is obviously, I think you're already taking it into mind is if you move, it potentially has an opportunity attack on you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna try that. 7.
So you'll roll a spell
Deal
attack.
Reflex save.
Yeah.
Oh, is it a reflex?
Saving
Okay.
throw reflex half. Spell resistance no.
That's a 21.
What does it go up against again?
What level is the spell?
1.
So it is a DC 15. So it passed.
It
Ah,
passed.
hell.
Oh, dang it.
Does it still take that?
Yes, or at least that's what she was reading there.
Yeah, so
I thought this one
reflex
was a spell
half.
attack,
What
but
that means.
Yeah, so roll
3d6.
36 and then half them.
Um, 8, 4.
okay. Alrighty, that will bring us to you, Glarb.
Oh,
As a reminder, if you're making a ranged attack against an enemy other than one adjacent to you, they have an opportunity for an opportunity attack.
Lord, after not even realizing this other bug is in here, so focused on the big centipede, he's gonna turn around with a cougar stare and stare into the bug's soul, and he's gonna attempt to bluff with his trick.
Oh, okay.
Go on,
What is
intimidate.
his- yeah, what's his CR?
CR is 7.
Let's see if I can
You need what, a 27?
That's a 2. So, no, I don't.
Oh,
Don't beat the
He
bluff.
still gets to attack, he just doesn't get the added damage, which was like 3d6.
oh, no kidding.
D8.
It hurts if it lands.
So,
3d8?
yeah.
Yikes.
Like, it's one of those, it's kind of like the rogue sneak attack. The problem is you have to pass a DC 20 plus their CR.
Oh my lord!
But Glarb is using like Intimidate where he has like a plus 11 or some shit in it.
Oh, okay.
So, like, really he only needed a 14 to pass the check, so.
Right. Come on.
24. Only 10.
Perfect. 24 will hit. So roll me some damage.
10 bludgeoning.
Oh, so
Nice.
the creature is looking rough. Bringing us to its turn, you'll see genetic material from the walls coming towards the creature. So some of the rougher parts of it look like
Genetic
it's not
material.
like the flesh, like it's like pulsating
Yeah.
towards it.
Yeah.
It doesn't look quite as rough as it just was.
Interesting. So the ship heals things, I guess.
It's like Stranger Things almost.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, do you want
Delilah,
I
Raya,
wouldn't mind, but I don't wanna
Rejuvenor,
speak for everybody else.
and John all give me a will save as it
Who?
makes another screech. Delilah, Raya, Rejuvenor, and John.
What save?
Will save. DC's 18.
Uh-oh. That means I have to roll.
Oh my
14
god,
for
I
that.
definitely feel that. I have a
Come on.
10. Ooh,
19.
Perfect.
16. Better than me.
Unlock a new
Raya
way of efficiency
and
with Asana. Automate workflows so your team can have less follow-up.
sorry, I got distracted by this Asana commercial. Delilah and Raya, the mental really gets to you. You guys.
Are we wearing the thingies in our ears?
Oh, roll at advantage. Roll die again.
Oh my god.
Dude,
Wow.
you gotta stop just like, you're like literally, like not even letting it roll, you're just looking at it.
I went like this.
I don't think you should roll on this. I think you should
These guys are light.
Josh, dang it. Oh.
You guys are dazed for the next 6 rounds.
Oh my God.
6?
Dude, that's
Now-
crazy.
Remember, there are potions that you guys have that allow to reroll said checks again. That can be applied by other teammates. There was also a option with resolve points, if I'm not mistaken, where you guys can burn a resolve point to nullify the effect, because Tucker brought this up. So let me...
I kind of want to use my potion because that's a long time.
6 rounds.
yeah, so if you use a resolve point and have a condition that has a duration measured in rounds, you can spend a number of resolve points equal to 1/4 your maximum to recover from the condition, which it consumes that round, but you are up the next round.
What about the potion?
So is it?
The potion is the serum of rejuvenation. You guys are currently dazed, so you can't do anything, but someone else can apply said potion to you, which allows you to re-roll that save.
Is it 1-for-1 with resolve points and rounds?
No, it's you burn 1/4 of the resolve points you currently have, minimum of 1, in order to nullify the condition.
1/4 would be 2.
Yeah, we'd round it to 2.
I would.
I
I would
think
do
I'm
that.
gonna have to do it.
Yeah, for
because
sure. Yeah, you too.
You do have
6
time.
rounds is a long time.
The one benefit is you cannot be hit with this condition again
Right.
for the next 24 hours. So even if this attack comes again, it will not affect you. That will bring us to John.
I'll see that Raya and Delilah are currently a little bit shaken. I don't know if you guys are going to be resolved or not. Starting to realize that this thing is definitely like a major threat. I know you described the engine block before being like sort of very black and very void-like. Are there any sort of like engine vents, if you will, like that my goal is I want to try and stuff my jump jets into like a a not optimal space on the engine and just blow that.
So,
up.
think when I refer to an engine, think of like Star Trek engine. It's not got exhaust ports. It's like energy in a container.
I see.
Essentially,
Okay.
so like
Okay.
it's not necessarily venting anything.
I see. Okay.
All
right then. Well, I think that I'll take one shot on. Well, I'm feeling conflicted. I'll just turn over Bop Bop onto Homeboy here on the Formian.
Okay.
Full attack. 9 plus 8 is 17.
17 will hit.
Okay. 8 plus 8, 16.
16 will hit EAC.
Okay. 46. 10. Okay. Oh, okay,
Wow.
so 6 plus 3 is 9, plus another 6 is how much damage? 15. And then for the next 6 plus 3 is 9, plus another 6, another 15 damage. Yeah, another 15.
Solid. This creature is on the brink.
Okay. This one's almost dead. I think he smells a little funny from here. I'll use the rest of my movement to cook. I'll go right here. That's it for me.
Gotcha. Rejuvenor is gonna make an attempt with his breaching gun on the creature again. That's a 25 to hit, which will indeed. Which will do 17 piercing.
Wow.
Creature
I just did
is looking a little rough. Following this will bring us to the Formian. It is going to continue its attack on Glarb there. That's a 25 to hit.
Dang, this guy can slam. He's trying to take you to Pound Town, brother.
Without dinner.
Without any dinner, dude. Onions, am I right?
Just 8 piercing damage. Which will bring us to the top with Raya.
Okay, I'm gonna use one of my resolve points.
So if you're doing the miraculous recovery, you're going to need to burn 2.
Okay.
And that will consume your turn.
Copy.
Well, at least it's just this one turn.
That will bring us to Nia.
Nia, Onomatopoeia.
You say it takes a full turn to administer the potions to somebody?
It will consume your standard action. So you can still move and a swift action, but you're basically going to lose spellcasting or attacks with a weapon.
What's the difference between total and current? Oh, current. Okay, I see. It's just
So you don't,
as you're
yeah.
changing it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do the same thing.
Okay.
I think. Because I can't give myself the potion, right? But
No, you're currently unable to take actions. Basically, you're kind of like the wobbly, like.
Right. Got the whole
so that will
stars.
take 2 of my resolve points. Okay.
I was gonna try and get to you with an attempt with the potion of barbaric rage, but I don't think I can get across there before the long term rather. Plan B. I'm gonna try.
The barbaric rage, you don't know the effects of.
Not a clue, but it was the best one I thought I had. We're gonna attempt moment's hesitation on this creature.
Okay.
Oh.
It's a will save on this one.
Okay.
For 14.
It rolled a dirty 20.
Oh my lord!
It's got a plus 12 in will.
A plus 12.
It's worth a shot. What is staggered in within a jellyfish?
Ooh.
Staggered means you only get an attack or a move, right? I think.
Something like that.
That sounds right. All the conditions is on the page, and I usually pull it up so I have it handy. Yeah, you can take a single move action or standard action each round, but not both.
I guess it's not.
Nor can you take full actions.
Good to know.
It's still a solid one, because like that would cripple John's damage output.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Okay, Delilah used the resolve point. That brings us to Glarb.
So Glarb is going to total defense for his action to get +4 to his AC.
Okay.
And then he's going to guarded step to move 5 feet without revoking action away from the bed.
Perfect.
Okay.
That's
Perfect. Okay, that will bring us to the Harvester. Seeing as it managed to daze a couple of the individuals.
It doesn't have shit.
We're up now. What does he think is happening?
He is going to cast Embrace of the Void at 3rd level
Oh boy.
on Rejuvenor.
Accept the void as your Lord and Savior.
How's it feel being cheated on right now?
Yeah.
So Rejuvenor needs to pass Fortitude. Which it looks like he's
Sort
will.
of like 3 different kingdoms of the
So he's going to take half of 7d6.
Yikes.
Nice.
Wowzers, DM.
That one's a fun one.
Hey.
I love how we were all just talking shit about it. Too, and he's just like 6 die.
So Rejuvenor will take half of 30 because he passed.
Oh, Rejuvenor.
Nice.
No.
Yeah, he got targeted since he has done damage the last 2 rounds on the creature. So not looking too bad at the moment. And that will be it for the creature's turn at the moment, which will bring us to John.
Okay. I'll sort of like start to get down on one knee, preparing another volley from my boomer rifle. But from my head, a little mirror will pop up that shows me behind the Formian still trying to go after Glarb. So I'll like pivot with my waist only, so I'm still leaning forward, and I'll sort of like I'll sort of like just finish the guy off, pick my first hit. I'm doing a full attack, but I'm hoping only one more shot will take him out. Oh, that's really good. That hits probably. So it's 25.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll me some damage.
Yes. 4 plus 3 is 7, plus another 6 is 13.
How do you want to end this one?
I just want to sort of like, I kind of like the idea that like I'm gonna get a nice shot through the head, and it'll just sort of like leave a sort of smoking hole, and like maybe he falls up onto the console on the wall and sort of maybe gets absorbed into the ship a little bit.
Do you want that to happen?
Well, I mean, I guess, yeah. That's what. Yeah, I thought it sounded.
Oh,
cool.
you see all the dramatic.
I mean, that's bad. I guess I don't want that to happen.
No, that was just me calling out that you've confirmed that the genetic material gets pumped into the walls, feeding this creature effectively.
Well, if it's dead.
It's still genetic material. All the other bodies were dead too.
The floors, the walls are all genetic material at this point. My next attack, I swivel back around the other way in a full 360 range, and I will take my next shot on Homeboy. That's really good too. That hits at 27.
Okay, roll me some damage.
Oh, come on. Okay. That's a 5, plus 3 is 8, plus another 6 is 14 points of damage. I can't move because I full. So, that's it.
Creature is looking pretty rough, which will bring us to Rejuvenor. He will continue with the breaching gun because that seems to be working so far. Rejuvenor gets the barrel right where he needs to, rolling a nat 20.
Oh!
Wow.
That's my brother!
Doing 19 damage.
Wow.
The creature's looking like it's on the brink. Which... that one's dead.
She didn't even glance.
She didn't even, yeah, didn't face her one bit.
She's on a zone. She's zoned in. Alright, that will bring us back to the top of the round with Mariah.
Kill.
Sweet. Okay, finally. So
I'm not lying about having a buttload of dice in there.
I know this is like everything I could find just in case. I wanted to be okay. I would like to empower my weapon. So I believe it rolls an additional 1d6
I think that's...
per level of the expended spell slot. So I think that's a third.
Third level?
Well, you pick which spell slot you're going to consume.
Oh, right. So, like, you can cast it at a higher level to get more, but then, if you're casting it at a higher level, then...
I'm going to cast it at a higher level.
Hell yeah.
Just so we can finish it.
Okay, so the things to keep in mind. The attack bonus, so this is when you roll the d20, from this is determined by what spell slot you consume, as well as the damage. So if you use a 3, a third level spell slot, you'll get a +3 on top of what your modifier already is, and it will do 3d6 additional damage.
Wow.
Okay.
So
it's 1, 2, or 3, so determining on what bonus you want to that attack roll.
I'm going to go with 3.
Okay.
Kill him.
So you will have a +9 on your attack roll, so go ahead and roll the d20.
Come on, dude.
Oh my god.
Come on. Kill him. Kill him.
Okay, so a 7 + 9.
No!
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. You have to give me this. I used my resolve points for this. I'm just gonna walk away from the table. I'm just gonna walk away. I'm good. I'm good.
A 16 does not hit. Wait, would you like to move? Can I offer you a movement in this trying time?
In these trying times?
I'm gonna move myself to a corner and just cry a little.
This reminds me of when you kept trying to use the fucking shuriken that you had like a -4 modifier to.
Can we just talk about that? I haven't used it.
There's such a cool concept.
And I
We're
couldn't
proficient
use
with
it.
them.
And I couldn't use it. That's all that matters.
God, what was it? You were fighting the robotic rat and you missed 4 times in a row.
Okay, so you're wait, because I want to get better at doing this as well. Okay, so I come out of my daze and I try and use my plasma claw, and there's too much going on, and I'm kind of freaking out that this is such a big one that I actually end up missing, and then I end up kind of like upset that I missed, and so then I actually go behind Rejuvenor to like low-key freaking out, and that's fine.
Sure,
That's fine. I'm gonna go behind Rejuvenor.
Have a have a power cry.
Have a little have a little bit of a panic attack. We're fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
2 resolve points for this. You said
2 resolve points for this for a panic attack.
I mean, to be fair,
Here.
like I imagine like using resolve points is like you're temporarily dipping into your life force to like forcibly get yourself back up.
Yeah.
And mind you, I had already used one to go back into my. So I've technically used 3 for a panic attack. It's
I mean,
fine. We're just
one of them happened like 3 hours ago, so like
we're still working through that though, you know.
That will bring us to Neo.
She's gonna cast Embrace of the Void again, saying, no, we're gonna show you how to do it right this time. And attempt to squish the bug. It'll just be a second level this time.
Okay. That one's a will, right?
This one's a Fortitude.
Fortitude. It rolled a dirty 20.
Oh.
She is so cocky in this moment as she goes to crush it that kind of fizzles out in her hands and the void energy drips from her fingertips. And she's like, "Do next time."
Oh, does it not do anything? I thought it still did half damage.
Does it? It does. It does.
Where's your
I got
forest
excited trying
taking
to
you?
follow Sarah's lead.
Down the highway?
It's just like.
I also have a cry.
By the end of this, there's gonna be half of us just crying in a corner.
We're already back at the door that locked earlier. Like, hello! Please let us out! Please, like, let us out!
They haven't given us a lunch yet.
Damage. Half of 5.
What if that's it? What if that's the one?
It's just barely holding on.
Oh my god!
It gets a little frosty around the edges and squishes a little. Maybe some of the bug guts come out where he's already bleeding.
You see a couple of the legs kind of fall off as it crinkles up. That will bring us to Delilah.
Kill
You
it.
got this.
Kill.
You got this.
God,
Kill.
I don't know what to do, guys. Like,
Kill it.
should I waste another spell or should I just use
You
my
waste
gun?
another
My recommendation is no.
gun?
No, that's me saying, like, you're acting like all of the spells have done damage every single time, and I think the only person that's done more damage is Rejuvenor because he rolled a nat 20. Those spell attacks have actually done
My spell
consistently
attack did
more
nothing.
damage.
He's lying to you. Lying to you.
He's
Yours-
poisoning your
He's
mind.
lying to you.
You empowered a weapon roll, not a spell attack.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
What I'm saying is, they,
I know
if
what
it's a
you're
spell,
saying. I know
if
what
it's
you're
a DC check, it's going to hit no matter what.
Right.
Or at least those ones in particular, like the cantrips.
Right.
Those ones typically just do nothing if they pass. But
So are these feats automatically applied?
which ones?
I have spell focus.
Yes,
Yeah.
that increases your spell
automatically
DCs. Yeah.
applied. Okay, I'm just gonna try with my gun. I hope that that's not stupid. But I'm gonna do Dragon Pistol
You want-
shot.
Do you want Dragon Pistol or your
You
acid?
can use your new
Oh,
gun.
my
John.
acid.
Your acid does
Acid.
double the damage,
Acid cannon.
I better do that then.
and I think it's the same attack modifier. So
Actually, 2 more with this one, actually.
Well, so level 7 attack bonus is still
Oh.
plus 7.
Oh.
yeah. So what I'm getting at is there's no detriment to using the other one because she's proficient with it.
Gotcha.
There's
Oh,
only benefits because it does double the damage and has a potential of acid over time if she crits.
Oh, thank the Lord.
It's gonna be a 23 to hit.
Oh, kill
Go
him.
ahead and roll me some damage. Roll those 2d6.
Easy.
Where's my other d6? So
2d6 plus.
3A acid damage.
Ooh, good roll.
8,
Plus full 3.
3,
You only need to do
11.
3.
11. Oh, kill it.
How are you ending? Second
Yeah! Okay.
We're gonna say, I I didn't cast this, but just for funsies, we're gonna say I did like the same type of motion as if I did rocket launch, but instead of like going through him, I'm gonna like somersault over him and like shoot him as
Oh,
I
I did. Okay. Wow.
and then I end up back by the rest of the group.
And as she's doing this, I'm poking like behind Rejuvenor, just like in awe, like giving me the confidence to get back on the floor crying.
Wow.
Okay. Sorry, I need to.
It must have only been a 4-cylinder.
Stupid.
You may think that an adult that can't stop.
How is that happening?
You gonna hit home?
Bye, girlfriend.
It's okay,
It's okay.
You're okay, Sweeties.
and then all of a sudden hit her. She was playing, and then all of a sudden.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm tired.
Yeah.
How
That's not my name. What's my name?
Hi, Artemis.
Oh, that says Sparks.
Oh, I thought that said Sarah.
Following the defeat of the Harvester, it will become immediately clear that the ship does not function without this biological life form.
Oh, yeah.
You'll see the door out of the engine room unlocks itself, but then an alarm starts blaring. Void engine in critical state. Please evacuate immediately. Estimate 2 minutes until engine implosion.
Oh.
The Harvester will look at you and start to laugh. You still do not understand the depth of the void. It will not cease until everything is consumed. The Devourer's hunger is never ending. Even now, you will feel its pull on you.
Nia.
As you guys glance at the void engine, you will get a pretty good indicator that the alarm is valid. You can see that the center of the engine appears to be pulling inwards, with the center being unsettlingly blacker, almost like the absence of even light. If you'd like, you can give me an engineering check.
I don't think that's my special.
You wanna roll one?
Excuse
Actually, I am pretty good. I'll take a shot.
17 plus 14 is like 31 or something.
I did roll good, but not 31.
That was the boss they just fought.
21.
Do you have
I
a
don't like bugs.
Probably.
We already squished it. It's dead already.
Good.
I got a little plus.
Do you want to watch Bubba?
Okay.
Then you can't.
Okay.
That's what I was checking.
Okay. Anybody? You guys rolled over 15? 15? 20?
Yeah, I mean, I rolled a
Perfect.
26.
You'll have to get Daddy with you.
Okay. You would know that when this engine finally gives out, it will completely collapse on itself, pulling anything within nearby range, including adjacent ships.
Oh, no shit.
Effectively, it will create a black hole upon its full implosion.
Can't you go through?
A black hole?
Oh, wait,
Black
never mind.
She could go through
Portals,
space.
right?
And portals, yes.
So, effectively, you have 2 minutes to escape the ship.
We must reach...
Escape pods, right?
Well,
There's only 2 of them, right?
also, our ship is really close to the ship, isn't it? We need to reach the top rooms and get back to the escape pods.
Is that door still locked?
The door opened. You can see that the electronics on the ship are already starting to fritz out. So, like, it's open, but you can see it kind of, like, jittering.
I fully use the comm systems on the escape pods. They've got to have a way to hail other ships.
Okay.
John, can you talk to Cortana on the ship? Do you have direct?
I can try and send her a DM.
Okay. Are you guys moving out into the hallway?
Yeah, I'm gonna like almost like hydraulics.
Wait,
It is
wait,
open
wait.
enough that you guys can go through. It's just
Wait.
like malfunctioning
Where are
enough.
the escape pods?
So you guys are currently
They're
1 level below.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're
upstairs?
upstairs. Uh-huh.
So you need to get to the turbo lifts.
As we're getting into the turbo lift, if
Once you go out into the hallway and you get up to the turbo lifts, you can see it's sort of fritzing out of the
turbo
control.
lift is dangerous. Is
Uh,
there any stairs?
No.
Shit.
You can see that it's currently malfunctioning. If you'd like to bypass, you will need an engineering or computers check.
Oh, well.
Somebody else is gonna do that.
I have a bypass password.
That's when you're trying to break into a
Ah!
computer. This in particular is you're trying to either do a bypass, like switching wires on it, or kind of hacking it.
So is my engineering.
I have a 15 in computers.
Either of you can roll. There's 2 turbo lifts, so you guys could try either one and see who gets there first.
What do you have?
I rolled a 27.
Okay, 100% you. Okay, what else?
Okay. You successfully pass. The turbo lift is at the moment at least functioning normally. Are you guys all hopping in to go up?
Yes, as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you guys get into the turbo lift and it makes its way up, the doors open and you'll hear an update from the alarm.
Oh.
1 minute, 45 seconds remaining before engine implosion.
Nia is going to, in this moment, with the group still kind of inside the turbo lift, she is going to cast Void Missile.
Perfect.
I need to verify how many targets, but I'm 90% sure it can cover.
I think it depends on your character or your caster level on how many you have, but I think your
So
caster
stressed
level might be high enough that you should.
Yeah,
that like
one
a
creature
second
per
skill?
level. You grant one or more targets the ability to survive in the vacuum. Just in case. You guys got it for 6 minutes, so let's just get to the escape pod.
Okay. Okay, so you guys are heading to the shuttle pods. Are you all going in one or splitting the team?
Which one did we sabotage last time?
Didn't
I thought we did.
I
You
think we
talked about it.
Okay.
You opted to figure out what else was going on the ship before you did it. Your plan was to sabotage it and then take the other one.
Does it look like anyone is still standing?
No, any of the drones that you've passed at this point, which
They're all
to be
dead,
honest, I
yeah.
don't think there are any between you and the shuttle pods.
Oh, good point.
But for sake of brevity, any drones were taken out the instant the harvester died.
Can we all fit in one?
It's a tight squeeze, but you could.
If we all can fit, I would say to be safe, we shouldn't split the party.
I could
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. As you guys make your way into the shuttle pod, you are reminded that the shuttle pod wasn't directly connected to the harvester as a means of it being able to detach without harming the creature.
Yeah.
So you're able to get in and fire it up immediately. Who is piloting?
I have a decent piloting skill. I have a 10.
Glarby run into that pilot seat.
He hops right in.
Okay. Give me a piloting check.
Also, does this escape pod have a ham radio or something?
Oh,
Means of communication?
Yeah, you could pull up communications. Effectively, if you guys would like to reference the ship combat, abilities related to ship combat are relevant for the next little bit of this escape sequence.
Okay.
Where do you find that?
In the back of your binder, I should have put in the ship combat stuff. So depending on what role you're wanting to fill in.
We're gonna combat
Glarb is-
our tiny little thing.
This thing?
That one is for combat in general. This is where the ship stuff starts. And then depending on what role you're filling in. So Glarb is claimed pilot. There's only one piloting seat in here. But you can do engineering, magic officer. If someone would like to take the role of the captain, you can feel free to. Only one captain, though. All the other ones you can have multiple of. There are no weapons on said shuttle pod. But any of the other things roll. Most of it, basically, I'm giving the option to be able to augment Glarb's roles as we proceed through those. So it's like the demand action, like the captain role, engineering, where you're bypassing engines to give additional movements, those types of things.
I think that's what I ended up doing last time.
Yeah.
What was their piloting check? Okay, Glarb, you are able to immediately get in the seats and get the shuttle undocked and maneuver it towards the OMAG.
Hell yeah.
Give me another piloting check,
Can I take the role as a captain in this moment?
if you'd like.
Isn't there something I can do to help the piloting or something like that?
You can. There's 2 versions of it for captain. There's one where you demand action, where you do an intimidate in order to give him a plus.
Trying to find it. Oh, demand.
Yeah.
It's a DC intimidation check of 15. It is a +4. Okay.
But it could hurt relationship if you go that route because you're basically trying to be aggressive. There's another one where you're using diplomacy to encourage. I think it's encourage.
So whenever we're trying to escape, is that classified as invading, or is invading like dodging maneuvers between ships, like when they're firing at you?
That's when they're firing at you.
Okay.
Think of this one as like, you know that this is going to be a black hole in the next minute and a half.
Yeah. I kind of walked that back a little bit. My charisma is dog shit. There's no way.
So if you're going in, you could still go demand. Oh, I guess demand still pulls off charisma, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Anybody else before he makes the roll, just so that I'm not jipping you of any modifiers.
I'm checking to see if precognition applies, but I think it's got to do with attacks. Yeah, it says...
While it's not a direct one, the engineering, like the boost engines, how I'd roll it is it would give him a advantage on his piloting check for that one, because instead of it letting you have additional movement, we'd say that it's allowing him to get a little bit more out of the jet as he's trying to distance himself.
Precognition reads, you use your supernatural senses and a spark of divination magic to see opponents' motion before it happens. Would any of that apply here? It's very
I was going to say,
sure.
You could use it. The only thing you're going to glean is kind of what you are already aware of is the bit I'll give you is you're going to need to get meta-wise at least 2 adjacent hexes away from the ship, because once this implodes, it's going to create a gravity well, and anything within an adjacent square is going to be pulled back into it. Or an adjacent hex.
In that case, he is going to focus on trying to mentally connect with anything and everything on our ship as we approach.
Yeah, the only downside there is since it's only 30 feet, you guys are still well outside of range.
Right.
If you were trying to pull up comms, yes?
I wanted to try to, but I wasn't sure.
Give me a computers to fire up the comm system.
I'd say I could probably do either engineer or science officer. For science officer, I need all of them.
Perfect.
Oh, that's good. 12 plus computers, 18.
18. You're able to get it fired up, and you are smart enough to know that you're going to need to put in some sort of identification code so that Agnes realizes who is in this vessel, which fires it up. John, is that you?
Copy, this is Red 1.
What's happening over there? The readings we're getting off of the OMAG are off the charts. It seems like that ship's about to implode. Are you guys on the shuttle pod?
Yes, we have to know there's going to be some sort of gravity well.
We'll try and meet you halfway, but we haven't installed a tractor beam on the ship, so there's not a whole lot of assistance we can apply.
We better go. And he's gonna like full throttle it, and he's gonna spend a resolve point for full power.
Okay.
Oh shit!
Since I have rank 6 piloting, I can spend a resolve point to move the ship 1.5 times its speed I normally could.
Perfect.
Everyone's
Roll your piloting check at advantage.
Oh, come on, dude. Come on.
Need it.
At advantage?
22. So nat 20 for...
Nat 20?
There we go.
34, dude!
You were very quickly able to, like, after it's undocked, to get it into the adjacent square. So you've separated yourself from the vessel.
Yes. Yes.
What about Agnes, though?
You are still within gravity well territory. Please give me another piloting check.
Oh boy, I don't think there's anything I'm going to be able to do to help.
I can't hit the button harder.
I'll
try. 14. 28.
Glarb, your quick thinking in the piloting seat has gotten you to get well without the gravity well. Right as you, like, it's one of those, like, the nerves are kicking in, beads of sweat are coming down, like you're white-knuckling the console, and right when you think you haven't got far enough, you see on the sensors that the harvester has imploded, and you see the little... It's basically like, say, like a grapefruit size at this point. Expands out rapidly. Basically large enough that it would have taken all of the adjacent hexes within it.
Holy shit.
And there's a slight tug on the engines, and you push it just a little bit more, pushing forward as it then collapses back in on itself.
Indiana Jones hat pull just right at the last second. Wow.
Does that include our ship?
No, our ship was off at the distance.
Yeah.
I was like, imagine Agnes.
You guys have successfully completed Act 2.
Wow! Did we save Casherbell after all? Maybe.
As far as you guys are aware, this was the last of the swarm on Castrovel.
Right. Well,
but you've confirmed that there was at least 3 vessels around every other planet in the system, and a multitude of vessels in the Dysphoria. I will leave it to you guys from here. So you are in your newly acquired shuttle pod, making your way over to the OMAC.
Castrovel was like my hometown, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm looking out into the window and like watching everything kind of like implode, and at the same I'm feeling like happy that it happened, but also ashamed because I did not get a single hit or do anything for this round. So I'm having a lot of mixed feeling, but so grateful that we were able to save this planet.
I'll kind of look out the window with you and just kind of clump, walk up next to you. Hey, I can tell you might be upset. I wouldn't think too hard about the fact you didn't really hit that guy in the thigh. Totally not a big deal. We had your back.
I'm glad I have this team with me.
And I'll just kind of give you a little robot nod of the head. How close are we to the OMAC?
You guys would be like 4 or so adjacent hexes, but at this point, like the OMAG is closing in. So if there's nothing else you're wanting to do on the shuttle pod, we would say that the OMAG gets within distance. And as you're looking at it, the OMAG sort of morphs, so like the crystals shift, effectively installing a shuttle pod module.
Oh, no shit! Oh, so we have our own shuttle pod now. Cool. Wow.
So you're able to dock with the OMAG.
Oh, hell yeah.
And get back on board from there.
Do we get to keep the shuttle pod then?
Yes, this was me meta-wise saying that you guys have a shuttle pod module now installed on your ship. So that
now if T wants to blow up our ship, we can at least
get onto the, I forgot about
this
that.
was part of the reason why I was asking if you were splitting, because you had the potential of taking 2 shuttle pods.
Oh shit, dude! I was trying to split one person.
I was so same. I was like, we're gonna end up somewhere.
To be honest, I was gonna say, to be honest, you would have 2 separate piloting checks going on then, but.
The fact that we only had 1 piloting check was...
So that was best 3 out of 5 as far as checks go. So.
Wow. Oh, wow, that was some solid shit.
I imagine Nia looks longingly out the shuttle pod window as she stares into the void for a few minutes before going back onto the ship. Just kind of like, after all of that and the terrifying engine bug.
Do you try to check like this?
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah. We're at a perfect point to kind of like slow down. So the first part of Act 3 is basically you guys having some downtime. I'll give you some trajectory stuff by the end of the session, but this is kind of you guys have some space for RP and character development.
I wasn't done with Castrovel yet a little bit.
You don't have to be.
We might have
I have notes in here for Raya's home. So
yeah, we still have more stuff to figure out.
Yeah.
Make
was
sure
like
all
that,
the
and it's
bugs are gone for good.
That's not, yeah. And like where else they're going.
And I assume all the forces fighting down there are just watching drones just like crumble and die. Like,
So
they're-
the drones on the planet dropped whenever you took out the minor hive mind on the planet.
Oh, okay.
So the Liberation Force is aware that you guys succeeded in that section, but then you guys kind of just
Hey,
disappeared.
baby.
So
Let's go ahead, brush our teeth, and get you anything.
about the ships. It sounds like.
Like they knew you
Okay.
took out the first two when you arrived on Castorville. They knew there was a hidden vessel, but since you went up there and weren't able to communicate with anybody down there, there was no portal on the ground anymore. So they don't. They see you made it to the hive mind, left a big ass dead beetle, and then you guys just disappeared.
Take the big old dead beetle too.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Well, now they're just seeing a dimensional rift open up on their radar. Like, what?
Like they just had tsunamis on the planet.
I hope they made it.
As you guys are kind of getting off of the shuttle pod here, you'll see T kind of saunter up. Well, I see that you've learned from my experience. Blowing up the ship works 99% of the time. Glar, please tell me you did at least one swirly dirtly while you were over there.
Well, we got some little explosions here and there. Nothing a little fancy, but
I will go up to T and I say, "You have no idea what we have just gone through. We basically fought something that looks pretty close to your mom."
Like, obviously, it wasn't my mom because you wouldn't have walked away from that.
Who did you say that to?
T.
Well, I had a doozy of a day. I woke up and y'all fucking left me in the middle of the floor with all my shit on the ground.
you had all the headsets. We needed the headsets, and you were passed out drunk. So like, we gotta get yourself somehow.
Well, Glarb, I appreciate your honesty. But if it's in my pockets, it belongs to me.
Oh my god.
Typical T.
Prince pinches her brow and just shakes her head.
On the bright side, we do have an escape pod if you ever want to blow up our ship.
Ah, the T maneuver.
Let's not give him any ideas.
I'm with Riot on this one.
You should call it the T minus. And that's what it's called. The maneuver.
The T minus?
Yeah. You know, like T minus 10 seconds and the ship's going to explode.
But just T minus?
John, I don't agree with you very often, but I do like this idea. T minus it is.
I again shake my head and take a step forward. What are we gonna do now?
Oh, by the way, I also got us 3 new crew members.
Oh, are the
You brought-
conquistadors or whatever?
So you guys have a healthy ship life now. So you have Devil's Charm. What was it? Oh, God, I'm blanking.
Sexy guy?
Devil's Charm is a sexy guy, yeah.
Yes.
These are the freebooters that we saved or mind controlled.
Yes. What was it? The Tides and I can't remember the other one. Oh,
And they were specifically on T's crew, right? Not just
yeah, they were members of the Conquistador before it exploded.
Okay.
So it was. That's not the one I wanted.
What was the name of our team? The Revengers?
The Revengers, of course.
Will they be joining the Revengers as well?
We're still working through the semantics on how we want to brand them, but we'll call them loose associates at this time. Devil's Charm tried to take my place as captain of the Conquistador at one point in time, so I don't want to give him too much inside on the being part of the team, per se. He works on the ship.
That's not worrying at all.
Well, I mean, if you don't want the extra bodies in the engineering group,
No,
we could send them home.
No, by all means, that's totally
I mean, their
fine.
home is desolate and no one's alive anymore, so I don't know if sending them home is really doing them a favor, but...
Okay, and I just like
Just kind of
Just
make
walk
the
away.
Stop, home, stop.
Well, he was meeting specifically El Dorado because there was no living people within sight, and the only people you encountered were drones. So it was Philomeno Fuming Zeph, Hargrove Devil's Charm Mace.
Wasn't that one like Fabio?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He had the deep V.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Oscar Grim Reaper Tides. Yeah. Well, I know Agnes was worried about you, so you might want to check in with her. And I'm sure the PWC or... Well, maybe not the PWC. Maybe we just keep it to ourselves.
We need to think on that, but yes, you're right. I gotta go check on my baby, and I'll just sort of excuse myself and go into like the holodeck room or something.
Perfect. John, how did things go?
As I enter the holodeck, I wanted to sort of look like a living room, sort of kitchen area, and like the husband from like a 1950s sitcom comes through like the kitchen door. And then maybe Agnes could even be wearing some sort of...
Oh my god.
Yeah,
she's got the... She's got the 1950s polka dot dress.
Yeah,
yes. With the apron. You have to do the
Yeah,
apron.
and anybody else that's wanting to use a holodeck, you can program it to your choosing. Tastefully.
I'll walk in.
Agnes hasn't realized what you programmed her to be in yet either.
Agnes, I'm home.
Yes, I've already greeted you, John.
Can you look around? I'm trying to do a thing here. Forget about it. So, we're alive.
Clearly, John.
Yes. We made it out with just by our nuts and bolts alone. Much to our pilot's steel, we were able to get here quite fast and safe.
Yes, my calculations showed that if he had been slower by about 3 milliseconds, he would have been pulled into the gravity well, killing all of you.
This is good news. Agnes, what if something were ever to happen to me? What would we tell the ship?
I'm not sure. None of you have tried to commune with the ship. To be honest, you've named it OMAG, but I don't know if that's necessarily the name it's ever wanted. I'm sure it really likes its name. We're not going to have to change that, I hope. By my calculations, it's basically coming out of its infancy.
Infancy?
It's just a baby.
It's just a little guy.
It's just a little guy.
Just a little guy? Sorry. Wyatt saying that just now really threw me off. That's why I said just a little guy. Because I was like, wait, hold on. I'll just say, for the time being, I'm not sure where we will be going, but we may be going back down to Castroville for some time, or maybe somewhere else. I want to send a message to something Dela Cruz. What's her name?
Premix Kumara Mela Cruz?
Yes, thank you. I
think that's probably expected at some point, John. You guys were the lead task force on this assignment, so I'm sure she wants some sort of update. Whether or not you want the rest of the PW to see is probably the more important question.
Yes. Really, I only trust Carmela Dela Cruz.
This is the best running joke that John can never say the name right.
Premix Dela
Kumara
Kumara
Mela Cruz.
And Mela Cruz.
I expect Josh to be like, yeah, that one.
For fuck's sake, can you just send her this? And I'll just like, I'll give Agnes the sort of picture I had taken of the swarm map of the.
Do you have a more electronic version that we can just upload instead of trying to scan this back in? You stick your finger into all sorts of sockets on this ship normally, so.
Do you have a fax machine?
Do we have a fax machine?
John, I can make it work, but do you see the print quality on this? It's still got the perforated edges on the side.
You need more magenta ink.
Like, I see the 1950s sort of scenery you've got here. This is about as old as that.
Okay. Well, I did not come in here to have my robot wife dressed like a 1950s housewife sort of bomb blast me with. I thought the picture was cool. I don't know what else to say.
So that's a no, that you don't have another.
No, I'll just. I want it out of the holodeck. I'm going to pet my Nylax or whatever the fuck.
Okay, so John's heading to his Nyack Gleam Gazer.
Yes.
She will take the prints, seeing as she's not getting any further with John, and upload it to. She's
not getting any further with me. I'm not getting any further with her.
Okay.
You scanned it to take the picture.
It was a Polaroid. It came out of my chest. It was a great bit.
Oh, that's perfect. What is everybody else doing? Wait, John is in his first fight with his not girlfriend.
I thought something, but I think Sarah had started to say something.
Yeah, I wanted to figure out if I could find out anything more about Castrovel. Is there any way that I could communicate back to know?
Like, we're still in orbit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're still in orbit, but I kind of want to know, without going back, so everything dropped, but is there any way for me to know, is it safe? Has it actually been saved? I kind of want to go back and search for proof.
With your guys' being in orbit and kind of how we've established it is, as long as you're in the solar system, the infosphere, as far as being able to pull up real-time news on any of the planets is instantaneous. John has gone into the hollow room for this before, but realistically you can pull it up on any console. So you'd be able to pull up the infosphere for Castrovel and all the headlines currently showing pretty much the same news that John was seeing beforehand. So Castrovel is still not recognizing that there was a swarm threat to begin with.
Even after all this.
And I'm going to take some executive liberty here that Raya, seeing this and knowing that there's several swarm ships around all the other planets, starts to look at all the other planet infospheres and sees the same sort of thing where it's the day-to-day news. There's nothing indicating that there's a swarm invasion currently taking place. So the only other option you have is potentially reaching down to your parents, specifically in the Mantid Reserve, to talk with them directly to see if you can get a straight answer.
Can I talk to that librarian? Remember?
He is on Absalon Station.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. So I start heading towards what you call it, room?
The holodeck?
Yeah, so I start heading that way as John's coming out in a furry, and so I kind of look at him
Don't ask me anything about it.
And I go in and I say, "Hey Agnes, can you pull up any recent news for Castrovel?" And I just sit there and I start obsessively looking through things, trying to find any type of connection or like proof that like everything we just did was worth it.
Yeah, what I was kind of alluding to is the issue you're running into is because Castrovel had never recognized that there was a threat on the planet to begin with.
And that's fine, but I want to like obsess.
Yeah, so you keep digging.
Or like find connections like to other planets like that might be having similar
the only common thread that you can find. Actually, give me a historian, a profession, or a life science check.
My life science is higher.
Okay.
So I'm gonna shoot for that one. 23.
Perfect. One of the things you guys had noticed whenever you were going across Castrovel and got closer to where the swarm control was, is it was like all of that area was in a drought. Which, based off of what you found in El Dorado, ties in with the fact that it's sucking the life out of the planet. So effectively, it's pulling all the moisture out of the area, and you can see that all those areas were showing drought, and most of the other planets you can see hot spots of it showing abnormal droughts, like it's not the drought season for those regions. And that's the only real indicator that you're getting that there could be something going on the infosphere. That doesn't mean there's not other indicators. It's just what's being propagated by the media is that there's nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Aside from the normal like diplomacy stuff that's going on politically, but
okay, that's what I would like to do.
Nia, upon seeing the OMAG create its own little spot for the shuttle pod to go into, would have, gone after arriving back on the ship and going through all of those things. She would be trying to open up a channel mentally, if possible, with the ship at this point, because now she knows it's there.
Give me a mysticism check.
I love this.
Yeah.
I've been excited for this as well.
I thought it would have been funny if we just like never talked to the ship ever.
Would it have been funny? Yes. Cool as well? Probably.
It would be funny if we never did it, but he's been anticipating this whole time. And then imagine we close out and be like, oh, hey, like, what or something. You're like, well, this whole time I've been waiting for you to start the ship.
Like, you guys do something aggressive and the ship just shoots you out of fucking airlock.
You called me the wrong name for the last time.
Or
5 fucking years.
Call me the
Nia, as you start to reach out with your mind, up until this point, like, because you kind of have the open channel inherently, you haven't really made an attempt to search for something other than the people you could physically see in the room. So knowing that there is another consciousness, you kind of like widen out your scope, and it reminds you of like when you've made contact with young children, or like I guess young children's the best. Like infants, like 1-2 year old sort of. So like once you kind of like touch its consciousness and it kind of notices your presence, like it's mostly emotion based, and the sense you get from it is family.
I imagine Nia just kind of has a soft smile come onto her face as she reaches out and touches one of the walls. I'm glad you like us too. I hope you're okay and things have been okay. You didn't feel anything from the scary black hole, did you?
What you'll notice is the blue crystalline wall, and it's blue because of the current engine you guys have installed. It will have like a warm glow to it where you're like kind of like a almost like a heartbeat, like pulsating, kind of giving you that you get the impression that it feels fine and is happy that you guys have made it back.
That's so sweet.
Wow.
If we end up changing the name, I swear to God, it better be something like stupid, like Bruce or like Chuck.
That was going to be the next question.
Like Bridger.
What do you call yourself?
Yeah,
Bruce.
Do you mind that we call you OMAG? That's the only name I've heard for you so far, but this is the first time we've gotten to talk.
The emotion you're met with is one sort of confusion, because it's never considered, or the way you're interpreting it is it's never considered anything other than what it's been called.
Okay. Fair enough, fair enough. I'm not sure what to ask now.
There's no chance she would have encountered anybody in passing, maybe.
Probably not. So infant.
Maybe ask what it likes to do in its downtime.
I more so meant the group so that Nia could RP, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I should have clarified that.
Yeah. I'll like walk past Nia, and I'll see her like trying to touch on the wall. Hey, Nia, are you okay? You seem to be acting strange.
I'm okay. So is the OMAG. I decided to say hello.
Right. John keeps walking.
I'm waiting for you to like touch it and be like,
The boy's finally gotten to
Don't have it look at my search history.
Just don't touch John's computers, it's fine. No, I think Nia would not close the connection, but she'd take her hand away and kind of like move on with the rest of setting back up in the ship and probably head towards the nearest aircraft for a break.
Perfect. All right, Glarb, was there anything you were wanting to do at this point in time?
Glarb is going to go looking for John's pterodactyl friend.
Oh, so we can have this. We can have this go together because John was heading that way as well.
Sure.
So, you see John sort of in a huff in there, calling out to his Nyack.
Gosh, Gleam Gazer. AI is right, am I right? You just can't with them these days. Oh, hey, Glarb, how's it going? I did not see you there.
It's okay. Having trouble with the old missus.
No, what gave you that impression?
Bullface.
From the sounds of it, sounds like your wires are crossed between you two.
It might not just be some wires. I've been thinking about it. Sure, she's got like a physical digital body, but what does that even mean?
Well,
is life more than just ones and zeros?
yes, it's about crumping. Living the good fight.
I haven't crumped
It's
myself
the chuckle
yet.
afterwards.
I feel like a crump is like a string of ones or like zeros, you know? Like, I assume it's a good thing.
Right. Yes. Anyways, this is my pet dog. I mean, sorry, not dog. I did not mean to say that. This
No, that's fitting.
You walk up and it's like dingle his fingers in the tentacle on his face, just like.
Give me I think survival is what we've been rolling for since there's not an animal check.
Survival!
Yeah, roll to see if you will survive this roll or not.
Do I boop the dangerous beast?
Oh, I was going. Either of you could roll this because it's more whether or not John has successfully called this thing down, or if it's still in the rafters.
Oh yeah,
Because its nest is up in the rafters.
Yeah, I'll let Glarb do it. He seems like he's excited about it.
So we'll say it's at least down currently, kind of like meandering around in the engineering room.
So 25.
Glarb, much like when Nia went to interact with it, the creature seems to like interact with you more positively than it does John.
You gotta quit treating it like a robot. Treat it like a living being. If you know how to treat a person.
Are you trying to imply that I don't know how other things may think or feel about a situation when I treat them poorly?
Yes.
Interesting. I wonder if this is how everyone else feels.
Existential crisis. Literally existential.
John, just for building flavor, can you give me a sense motive check?
It's not good.
That's why I would like to roll this.
Yeah, okay. That's a 5 for a 4 in total. Minus 1.
John, the internal processing kicks in as you make this comment, and the overriding consensus is it's not you, it's everyone else.
It's everyone else. Yeah, you'll see a quick little reboot animation will play in his eyes. Well, I'm going to have to obviously think about this a little bit more. In the meantime, I'll just start counting to infinity, and then when I get done, then I'll kind of circle back to,
Where does infinity like? Is it like 1, 2?
It gets pretty far after that. At least
past 3?
At least double it. At the very least, it's doubled than that.
So 5?
Hey, did you know these things make your blood into drugs?
What?
John is getting a little uncomfortable, I think, at this point. And,
Can you walk in?
Can you
like,
By all means, if you would like to join in on this party.
He walks in. You got the Nyack done?
oh, perfect.
Did you get it now, John?
It's great that you just came. Hey, Glarb, I realized I have to go give myself an update. I'll be back. I'll just fucking get out of there.
Bye, John.
Yeah, don't worry. The Nyack, I'm just saying.
To your closet.
So, apparently this thing turns your blood into drugs. He starts poking it.
It's a sweet creature.
I was gonna say, as you're messing with the philia on the mouth here, you'll see the tongue come out and prick you. Give me a fortitude save.
Wait, what save?
Fortitude.
Fortitude. 16.
Okay, let me confirm.
You are in extra.
16 passes, so you do not start the poison track.
Oh, you're so lucky. Go back to Cortana and be like, how do I purposely drug myself?
Glarb intentionally tried to go down this poison track.
Cool. I had a guide, but he's updating, so
Don't get it here. Nia kind of swaps your hand and waves her hands protectively in front of the Nyack. It's a creature.
So not here, but in the shuttle bay.
No.
Where is here? Where do my blood turn into drugs? Where?
On a mission. On a mission.
Does Riot join it as well, since they're in your domain in the engineering deck? I love how this Nyack took up residence in your work area.
I end up just walking in as I overhear this conversation, and I just stare at you both
I just keep walking.
Go over to make sure.
Names.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys are wanting to do in the engineering room here? Yeah. Okay, as following Agnes uploading the printout that John so gracefully provided, eventually you will get a notification that Kumara Melacruz is trying to pull you guys up on a secure transmission into the conference room.
Okay.
As the hologram pulls up, she'll look at all of you. You all have done the Pact Worlds a great service, and I'm glad that you could provide information on where the current swarm threat lies. But unfortunately, I have some very bad news.
Oh my lord.
Right about the time that I got the fax from you, John, our early warning system in deep space picked up the swarm fleet moving in. It's about 2 months travel time from that location to where we currently reside as far as the galaxy is concerned. Immediately upon that detection, all of our planetary defenses were all simultaneously taken out.
Holy shit. Including on Capture.
It seemed that there was timed detonators that as soon as the surveillance probe got an indicator of the swarm vessels, they were programmed to detonate and destroy any planetary defenses. We estimate that repairing said defenses will be unachievable before the swarm fleet arrives in our solar system. I know you've done quite a bit for us already, but what I ask is, based off of your connection with the free captains, you seek them out to get assistance. We have some time. We have about 2 months. But the threat is not over.
Oh no, it's not.
Feels like you cut one Hydra head off and then
Yeah.
you find out about the 4 others hanging out.
Yeah.
And that is where we will end off
Oh,
tonight's
dude.
session.